You hear how certain athletes they talk about that one game right there, man. I'll never forget that. I feel like the reconnect was definitely one of those. Okay. A lot of people like the fact that I addressed both sides,
okay,
the men and the women, and I didn't do it in a way that was like bashful or bashing.
Gotcha.
I'm very intentional. I was very intentional on like uplifting women without bashing men, and I was like, I had to get up and walk away. You know what I'm saying? Little things like that, man. It really changes. It really changes your life. We gotta be careful trying to go viral all the time. Saying things just to go viral, saying things just to get the most views and the claps and all that stuff, to the point where you're not even being authentic to yourself.
This is King Size, aka Slim Sizzle. Welcome to the What It Is, What It Bees Like radio show. You know what it is, what it bees like. It's your main man, King Size, aka Slim Sizzle, back in the back of the building. And this is special. This is special. I got my bro in the building with me today. For those that pulled up to the reconnect, I'm going to say my brother shut it down with the spoken word. And I'm telling you, after they see this and hear what you got to say, I guarantee they're gonna be flooding you, bro. I'm talking about, listen, I need Emory Marshall Jr. to pull up on you. What's happening, my brother? How you feeling?
All is well, King. How you doing?
I'm good, man. I'm good. Listen, now, for those that don't know, Emory and I, we talk so much trash when it comes to sports.
See, I wouldn't even go.
No, I'm going to get it out the way. I'm going to get it out the way early. I got to. I got to do it now so we can focus on everything else. I don't want you to save it for the end.
You know what I'm saying? I ain't bring my Tatum shirt. You know?
So everybody knows when it comes to football, he's a Cowboys fan. Y'all know I talk about my birds. He and I go at it with that.
Yeah.
And then, of course, he has one up on me. Like, literally every time we talk about it, he's a Celtics fan. So I know we have a hub in Boston that is so Celtics, like, just crazy about him. So they're going to love you even more.
Okay.
So
okay, shout out to Boston. Shout out to the Bean.
I love it. Man, but listen, it's an honor, privilege for you to be here, man. I want to say first and foremost, I'm proud of you and your journey. It's been amazing to watch. And something I really want to get at first. When somebody says spoken word, the first thing I want to ask you is say, okay, how come? Because this is a CHH kind of environment. Yeah. How come you didn't rap? What led you to spoken word as opposed to being an MC?
It's so crazy because when I first started writing back in high school, I actually started off writing raps.
Okay.
I used to look up to all the rappers. Even the ones that see the greatness. Shout out to Kyle Alexander.
Indeed.
He goes by Kyle Alexander. I go. I ain't gonna go.
Shout out to Kyle.
Shout out to Kyle. But yeah, I started off writing raps, then I fell off with the writing a little bit, and then I came across some videos from Jackie Hill Perry and Ezekiel Wanzo. And Ezekiel specifically, the way he does it is it's like punchlines and bars, which is like the same kind of concept. But with spoken word, I feel like with the flow, I got a little bit more freedom.
Okay.
I like to pause a lot. With rapping, you got to stay on beat. Yeah. You can, if you're really good at it, you can switch up your flow. But me, I like to pause a lot. And anybody that watch me, they always tease me about that. Man, you always pausing. But yeah, I like to pause and I like to have different flows and be able to say a lot. So that was really it. I still love hip hop though.
Okay,
sure.
And I know you do. I know you do. But I can tell you, and it's exciting because you're the first person I get the chance to sit down with post the reconnect.
Wow. So
this is special because we just made the announcement. The next reconnect is coming.
Can't wait, man.
It's coming in June, and we locked and loaded. But to start this whole thing off, man, it was special. It was a special night. I want you to tell the people that missed it, what was the reconnect to you?
Well, I can tell you the reconnect to me was exactly that.
Okay.
A reconnect.
Okay.
I reconnected with people. There were people I went to high school with in the crowd, people that go to our gym in the crowd, people that never heard me before, people that I used to work with. Shout out to Young Setter.
Yeah, indeed.
Definitely. And leading up to that week, I would say I was, not that I'm always prayerful. I would say I was more prayerful because really I was more nervous.
Okay.
If I could be honest.
Okay.
Because it was like mad people hit me up like, yo, Em, I heard your name on the radio. Yo, Em, I seen you. Yeah, advertising. I was at the mall.
Yeah.
I had people run up to me like, "Yo, we're coming to your show next week." So I was like, "Oh my gosh."
That's real. That's real. That's real.
Yeah, I ain't been this. I ain't been this nervous like leading up to a show. I'm usually nervous right before the stage.
Yeah.
But yeah, man, it was one of them ones. I think every artist, like you hear like LeBron, he talks about certain like Game 6 against my Celtics.
Yeah. I knew I was gonna make it sway. I knew it.
You hear how certain athletes they talk about, man.
Yeah.
That one game right there, man. That was. Yeah. I'll never forget that. I feel like the Reconnect was definitely one of those ones for me.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? I didn't want to get off the stage.
Listen, but what was so dope was because I got a chance to like float. I got a chance to go around everywhere and kind of see how people were reacting and responding. Yeah. Now his pauses, like it's strategic. Like I've learned that quickly. And I was standing in certain positions, and I listened to like your punchlines. In those moments, I'm sitting back. I said, "Okay, let me see how they react." Oh, they were going crazy. Everybody said, "Man, you got to have him back." So listen, down the line, we definitely got to have listen. But I can tell you, it came across well, and it was some things that I loved about what you discussed that really stood out to me. And another thing that was dope, Mom Dukes was in the building.
Shout out to Mom, man. Yeah.
Listen, and it was her birthday that weekend? Or
it was
what?
her birthday weekend, yeah.
Man.
Her birthday was Monday, so I definitely had to give her a shout out.
Man, and they all gave her love that night. It was crazy. Everybody's like, "Happy birthday, Mom!"
I loved it.
Yeah, and she walked out, and I could tell. I said, "This was one of those moments." I love it. But when I listened to,
she got more fans than me now. For sure.
I deal with that when Mama Size pulls up, and then when Izzy pull up, it's a wrap for me. It's a done deal. But when you got into spoken word, like what really, because when I tell you the soul and heart behind what you talk about, it's almost like you take people on a journey, and it's almost like I've heard you talk about certain things, relationships. You talk about grief. You talked about love. You talked about finding your, whatever it may be. What really got you started? Not just the fact that you used to write rhymes or whatever, but the heart behind your spoken word. Like, where does that come from?
Yeah, man. A lot of times I'm really just writing about myself.
Okay.
And stuff that I've been through. And I told somebody it's usually the poems that I don't want to share that end up hitting people the most, because the poems that I don't want to share, they're like real vulnerable and real close to heart. And then you get up and do it, and it's like, oh my gosh, I've been through the same thing. Oh my gosh, I've been through the same thing. It's like you were speaking right to me. Da 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 da.
Yeah.
So and it's I always say it's not our job to try to determine how God tries to use us. It's just our job to obey.
That's good.
And
that's good.
Lately I've been more intentional, because I've been I'll be at shows and I'll be having like a tugging on my heart to do like a specific poem instead of just poems that I think are good or poems that I think will hit, but a specific poem, because there'll be somebody in that audience that needed to hear that.
Yeah.
And you don't want to miss out on that opportunity. So that's where it starts for me.
Where do you feel like, as of late in this season, what subject matter specifically do you feel like the Holy Spirit's been using you to deal with this area more? Yeah,
lately, and we all on social media, and I feel like even in the church, but outside the church, there's been a little bit of a gender war. Between men and women. Where this relationships, you got men not feeling respect. I don't want to say not being respected. Not feeling respected by women. Women not feeling protected by men. Constantly bickering. Back and forth. We're not really dating properly. I feel like. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not a what they call a relationship or whatever. But I see things and it bothers me. And really anything that makes me feel, I write about it. And lately I did a poem, Reconnect. Hopeless Romantic. And then I have poems that address women specifically, poems that address men specifically, and I think that I feel like both sides really just need healing. Honestly.
When you do those pieces, what do you hear from those that are in attendance? When you say speak specifically to that subject, Like you talking about relationships, men and women, and you really kind of going down that path. What is the response in the end when somebody pulls you to the sides and says what?
A lot of people say that's their favorite poem.
Okay.
Hopeless Romantic specifically, a lot of people like the fact that, and not to spoil it, a lot of people like the fact that I address both sides. Okay. The men and the women.
Okay.
And I didn't do it in a way that was like bashful or bashing.
Got you.
And you know, I have another poem called Baby Girl when I address women.
Okay.
And it's I'm very intentional. I was very intentional on like uplifting women without bashing men.
Yeah.
And I have another poem called Dear Good Men where I do the same thing, you know, uplifting men but not bashing men. Because at the end of the day, it takes the focus off.
Got you.
But yeah, the reaction, to answer your question, because then I like to ramble, but to answer your question, the reaction is really, it's really been nothing but love. And even when I do the poems about men, I'll have women that come up to me like, hey, thank you. My husband needs to hear this. My son needs to hear this. You know, my brother needs to hear this. So, yeah.
Okay.
Sure.
Now, when you get feedback, now, do you ever have those that come to you and try to say, well, I hear what you were saying, and they come with a not necessarily a receptive approach. They're not really, you know, receiving what you're saying, but it's the truth that maybe they need to hear. And in the conversation, maybe they get clarity at the end of that conversation with you. Because I'm saying like this, sometimes when you give people truth, they're not ready to hear it.
Yeah.
And in that space, it's almost like when you expose what they're dealing with, we don't want to own up to it. Mm-hmm. But in those interactions with people that have been in the audience, have you ever given a piece where it's like initially there was a fight or push against, but by the time you finish that conversation, it was almost like, okay, I see now.
Yes, it's happened a couple times.
Okay.
I did a poem actually about my father.
Okay.
And I said a couple of lines in there. Unfortunately, I can't remember what exactly the lines were that rubbed in the wrong way. But basically, for those who don't know, my father passed away.
Yeah.
They, I guess they felt like the poem was like blaming God for my father's passing away, and anybody that hears the poem, it wasn't like that at all.
Yeah.
And I didn't really have a conversation with them, but they somehow, some way or another, heard the poem again, and they were like, "Oh, okay, you know what? Hearing the poem a second time. Sometimes you got to hear poems 2 times to really get it." And I understand that some people, poetry and spoken word is kind of like a language, and not everybody's fluent in it. You know,
good.
So
That's good.
Like metaphors can get lost, similes can get lost. So like sometimes, you got to accept that, you know, some people just not gonna understand. It doesn't mean they're dumb, but yeah. And then I've had people like come at me like jokingly, you know, man, don't be talking about us women, like stuff like that. But it ain't really been nothing too crazy. It's just really that one time.
I got you. Well, you open up something deep, and it can be a tough conversation.
Oh yeah.
But how has the process been for you? And as you said, your father, you know, passed. How has that been for you?
Yeah.
Like in this, where you are now compared to, you know, just the journey.
Yeah. Yeah, it's grief is weird.
Yeah,
bro.
Yeah.
It's really weird.
Yeah.
And it's been about 4 years now.
Yeah.
And I felt like I felt his passing. I don't like to say I lost my father, because he's not lost. I know where he is.
Right.
But
man, go ahead. See, you about to start. Go ahead.
Yeah.
Go ahead. I know where he is. Let's go.
Yeah,
go ahead.
But I think I felt his passing really not necessarily in a sad way. It's more like sometimes I wish he was here to see this.
Yes.
You know, I would have loved to see him at the Reconnect.
Yeah.
You know, I would have loved to see him when I performed for the NAACP, New York chapter, when I opened up for Malcolm Jamal Warner, God rest his soul. He would have been right there with his camera out. Like, that's my boy. Like that. You know, so I think it's I'm learning that with grief, you gotta really take your time.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
I was 27 going on 28.
Mm-hmm.
So I've had them for 27 years. So it's going to take longer than 4 years to just,
that's real.
Let that go.
That's real.
And I was talking to somebody one time. They were like, "Man, I don't know how you do it. I get emotional just thinking about my father passing away." And I told him, "Don't think about your father passing away. If he's still here, enjoy him while he's here. Because we all gonna go one day."
That's good. Yeah.
But yeah, it has been tough at times. Okay. I'm not gonna lie, it has been tough at times. Especially my dad was into music. He was a writer too.
Yeah.
So sometimes I'll be writing something out in the studio. You get the triggers. Yeah. I was watching Lion King one time.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
Yeah, I was watching Lion King one time, bro. And the part where Mufasa was murdered. Yeah. And Simba was like, "Dad, wake up." Yeah. And I was like, I had to get up and walk away.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Little things like that, man. Yes. It really changes. It really changes your life for sure.
It does. And I tell you, that grief is something that you think you've figured certain things out, and it throws you down a different path. And it could be, like you said, the oddest things can trigger it. And but you made a great point as far as like really just taking your time in the grief process, because there are those that I think about, even my family, where my grandmother passed. It's been some years now, but there are moments where it's like, okay, in this moment, I wish they were present to experience certain things with me. And, what encourages you based upon what you were taught by him, that like literally, okay, you prepared me for my future. What did your father impart into you that prepared you for what is to come for you?
The biggest thing is being faithful.
Yeah.
And the way he loved my mom. I would say that too.
Gotcha.
And me and my mom were already close, but now we even like, because that was her husband.
Yeah, absolutely.
And my mom, his family members, and just really, because like now I've seen how quickly somebody can just and you don't always know. You don't have the control, and I really just love on my people. While they're still here. Because he was he was a good dude. He was a good dude for sure.
What is it now?
He was a Cowboys fan too, by the way.
I see. I need. Listen, that's good. That's good. That's good. I can't. I'm gonna let it roll. I'm gonna let it rock. Now, how does that help you as far as, because I've listened to you talk about relationships, dating, the future. What does Emory Marshall Jr. see for himself in those categories, as far as dating, as far as relationships, marriage, all that for you? What does that look like for you in the future?
Yeah, I would love to be married one day. If that's what you're asking. Yeah, I would love to be married one day. And I would love to have a marriage that I don't necessarily have to rush into.
Got you. Got you.
Because people in my age group were like, "Oh my God, I have to hurry up and get married." And I feel like it's better to get married late.
Okay.
The right way.
Okay.
Than to rush it and then have to go through all the trauma and so unfortunately divorce and all that stuff. A lot of times people get divorced because they were never ready to be married in the first place.
That's good.
So.
That's good. Now, where's your stance on? Because sometimes I try to gauge where people are in regards to dating, because I don't hear it talked about as much. People say it's hard out here. Like, how do I find my potential helpmate? Do I date, or am I not supposed to date? Where do you feel, where do you stand on dating? Is that something that should happen, or is it more along the lines, okay, God, just show me who's mine, and I'll go that direction?
Yeah. I don't know how much weight I have in this with me not being married. I'm gonna just say
no, like what do you see, like with you personally?
I've seen it happen both ways.
Okay.
I've seen people you meet somebody in January and they're married in June.
Yeah.
And it works out.
Yeah.
I've seen somebody, you know, they grew up together, they were friends.
Yeah.
And then somehow they started, you know, liking each other and they get married and it worked out that way. You know what I'm saying? I've seen some people who they didn't like each other at first and now
yeah.
You know, it's just
I've seen that too. That's crazy.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
I don't think there's any there's no one way that God can reveal the person you have for you.
That's good.
You know what I'm saying?
That's good. Now, do you think Christians should date? You think it's okay to date?
I think so. I don't see how you can get to know somebody without dating.
Okay.
You know, I mean, I've heard people argue, oh, Christians shouldn't date.
Yeah.
I think like courting is like
yeah.
kind of like dating.
I got
you know.
Yeah. Okay. Well, it's good because some people you said that some people say they're against no, we shouldn't date. You shouldn't.
Yeah.
To me, I feel like you do have to date.
I'm about to say what you.
I think you should date. I think you should date to get to know. It's not okay. I'm not dating. See, I think dating itself. I'm so old school. It's like okay, I'm taking you out, open the door, you know, be a gentleman, all the things that I was taught, and you know, but you go your way, I go mine. It's not I'm dating and we're gonna get a nightcap at the crib. No, it's literally, all right. I'm getting to know a person. You'll spend time in the public.
Yeah.
Now, personally, I say like this: if you are one that is working through the process of getting to know you, don't put yourself in compromising positions in places, but keep it public, keep it open. Like, listen, the summer is around the corner. Go to a brunch spot. Go to places and have conversation. Don't put yourself in a position where you're letting everything else entertain.
It's mad outdoor spots in Delaware.
Listen, talk that talk. Talk that talk, bro.
Spots in Delaware. I can put you on.
But see, that's I can put you on. I'm done. I love it though. But that is something I think it's almost like it's a lost art because people they're so used to saying, okay, there's nobody out here. And I'm like, I disagree. I believe there are people out there, but it's like, where are you looking? Where are you going? All right, go ahead, talk. Go ahead.
I think there are some people out there that are called the singleness.
True.
You know.
True.
And that don't get talked about.
Go ahead.
Nearly as much.
Okay.
And I feel like the church, marriage is dope.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
I feel like we made marriage an idol.
Go ahead.
In a lot of cases.
Go ahead.
And I've been in situations where it's like you almost look down upon.
Okay.
You're
okay.
Like, oh, he's single. What's wrong with him?
What's wrong?
Like,
right.
Or what's wrong with her? Well, why does something have to be wrong with her?
Right.
You know.
Right.
She might just be in the season, or he might just be in the season. You know, and
that's good.
You know, there's people that are single that are doing great things with their lives.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know, that they might not have been able to do because marriage takes a lot out of you, and then you add kids to it.
Yeah.
You know, and it's all dope. It's all beautiful. I love it. But yeah, I think that like I literally know people who like go to church just to try to find a spouse.
Yeah, it's true.
You know,
it's true. That's true. Listen,
I ain't judging. I'm guilty too.
Listen, I'm guilty because I married the one I went to. Because my whole story, I done said it times and time again. I went to church for one person. And because, of course, my wife was a Hispanic church, and it was a translator. Went for one person, heard the voice of the translator, and I was like, wait a minute, pivot, shift, who's that voice? And it was like who was meant for me was somewhere else. Mm-hmm. So, yeah, you can go with your own intention, but it's like when God getting them, you can go there, but it ain't the one you think. Yeah. But something you said is important. You got to know your purpose. You got to know who you are, because there are some people that are called to singleness. Yeah. And we as a church cannot sit back and bash and beat them up, because if they say, okay, I'm called to singleness, you got to respect that. Mm-hmm. I mean, because it's Bible. There are some that, okay, if you take on the office of being a husband or a wife, that's a different responsibility. But there are some people that, you say, okay, I'd rather you just be focused on you to do what God has called you to do, because you don't have those, I call it distractions. Yeah. They may be good distractions, but there are some that are called to singleness. That's a good point.
And you could just be called to singleness just for a specific time.
This is true. This is true. This is true. But there's some that are as unto the Lord, and that's it. They're done. It's like, listen, I don't foresee myself getting married at this point. Some people say, unless God comes down and sits in front of me and says it's time for you to get married.
Hey, that happens. I was told by people who, because I've talked to be like, hey, how'd you know this was the one?
Yeah.
I was told sometimes you find something when you stop searching.
Facts.
Facts. So
yeah.
Who knows?
I got you. Yeah. I love it. So as far as what you've been up to as of late, what's your schedule been looking like as far as you doing, your spoken word? Has it been picking up? Have you been finding yourself being invited more places? Mm-hmm. And even on top of that, are there places that you want to go that you haven't been invited to yet, or haven't, got the come on over here in a sense?
Yeah. I'm actually gonna go backwards. I'm gonna answer your second.
Yeah.
Voices and Power. They're a very big poetry platform. I've been there, and I would love to.
Okay.
Be invited there. I've been there like as a open mic artist, but not a feature. But I have some friends that have done features, and they've all said it was an amazing experience. Okay. And then definitely would like to travel more.
Okay.
New York is a heavy.
Yeah.
A lot of poets in New York. It's like the Mecca.
Yeah.
And the DMV too. Okay. I've been to DMV a couple times, so it's definitely it's always lit out there.
Okay.
And then I've been busy. Okay. I've been very busy. I was most recently at a summit.
Okay.
A student summit. Emilion the poet was there as well.
Yeah.
So and then it was for it was in Wilmington.
Yeah.
And I got to do 2 poems for the students, and then kind of the last second was actually lead a workshop.
How was that? How was that?
It was. I won't tell the whole story, but yeah, it was kind of nerve wracking at first because I'm packing up my clothes, about to leave.
Yeah,
and they're like, hey, we need you to lead this workshop. I'm like, what?
Yeah,
But I enjoyed leading the workshop more than actually performing because the workshop was more intimate.
Yeah,
we were in a classroom. And with performing, it's just me talking to them.
Yeah.
But the students actually got to talk back to me.
Yeah.
And some of the students actually built up the courage to share poems in front of the whole class.
I love it.
I love it. And one girl in particular just wrote a poem like right there on the spot. And like, hey, can I share this? So yeah. Now I'll never forget that.
Okay.
Yeah.
How does it feel? Okay, let's go back to this. So you have normally a certain age range, like certain demographic you probably reach as far as the spoken word events. Like, how is it for like being around the future kids, like the next generation, when you're around them and they're listening to you say these poems? What does it do to you when you're pouring into them and you see their response or hear from them based upon what you said? It's
very encouraging.
Okay.
And it's like I see myself. I see myself.
That's good.
Because I was in high school writing, and the only difference between me and them is I didn't have the courage to share.
Okay.
They do.
Okay.
So I told them, y'all are already a step ahead of me.
Yeah.
And hearing them say that, their poems inspired them, or I write poetry because of you, or I want to be more open because of you. Especially, I feel like over the past few years, spoken word is starting to become a lot more mainstream.
Okay, gotcha.
Online and social media because of people like Jackie Hill, because of people like Molly the poet, all them.
Is that a good thing?
That spoken words become mainstream?
Yeah.
Depends on who you ask.
Okay.
I think what exposure does is exposes the good and the bad.
Okay.
And it's there's when something become mainstream, there's potential for it to be overly commercialized to the point where you lose the authenticity.
Gotcha.
Who knows if that'll happen?
Okay.
If it does, it is what it is. There's always going to be good and bad.
Well, with those that have been established in this space, what can you all do to? And I'm not saying like gatekeeping, but in the sense of protecting the purity and the sanctity of this space. Because I think, to me, I've been in so many different events and venues where spoken word has literally shifted the atmosphere.
Right. Yeah.
And it's no music, just words, and words that have been God breathed, God inspired, and it's like next to scripture that's is coming through the words. It's like the impact is evident. Like I've literally sat there and watched in many different events where just a few words have tears. People just start because it unlocks something, and it's so special. Like it's necessary. Yeah, and that's why and I'm kind of going off on a tangent here. That's why I said okay, we need that element within the reconnect. I said because it's going to be something that is said that is going to reach that young person, that adult, whoever it is. It's going to unlock something. Yeah, and sometimes we get caught up in the music. Let me just be honest. You get caught up in the beat. You get caught up in oh that sound dope. We gonna dance, and we get distracted. But sometimes you get to the point where it's like, okay, let me hear what's being said. It's like the Holy Spirit's trying to speak, but we drown it out with all the bells and whistles.
Who's that? Who was that? Under 3,000.
Yeah,
he was like, y'all don't want to hear me, y'all just want to dance.
Come on, that's what it is, and that is something. It's such a special gift, gift. And I say, what can you all do as far as the veterans that have been established in this area to protect it?
This is just my opinion. The best thing we can do is to remind people and remind ourselves, because I have to be reminded as well, that there's a whole lot of people that can do what you do, but nobody can do it how you do it.
Come on.
So it's all right to be inspired.
Yeah.
But don't be a copy. You know what I'm saying?
It's all right to be inspired, but don't be a copy. Oh, that's a bar.
Don't be a copy. And,
that's a bar.
Also, and like I said, I'm guilty of this too.
Yeah.
We got to be careful of like trying to go viral.
Gotcha.
All the time. Saying things just to go viral, or saying things just to get the most views and the claps and all that stuff, to the point where you're not even being authentic to yourself. Because really, only you can really know, but sometimes it leaks.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Sometimes it leaks. You know, when you start sounding like everybody else, you start saying things, and sometimes it's like you can look in your eyes, you're like, you don't really believe that. You're just saying that to go viral. You know what I'm saying? And I see it all the time. I don't say nothing, but I see it. Yeah. It's I've already seen it. Yeah. Unfortunately. Yeah. Of a lot of poets and artists just trying to go viral. There's nothing wrong with that. Yeah. I mean, you want to be recognized.
Gotcha.
Obviously, but recognized for being you.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So I don't know if I answered your question.
No, you good. Yeah. You said something, and I want to circle back to it. When you see it, you said you see it, but you don't say anything. What can you do when you recognize that there potentially is a situation that if we don't, I don't want to say check it. It sounds like a little bit too harsh, but address it with that particular person. How do you approach that when you see it and you want to talk to that person and say, hey, listen, bro, sis, I just want to, or you feel like, I can't touch it? Because the reason why I'm saying that is because if I see something that could be detrimental to what we're doing, that could potentially be an issue down the line, why not speak about it or address it early? And if it's a situation where you have spoken to someone, has the response been like, okay, you know what, I'm not gonna say anything else again, because they get defensive or there's a unnecessary pushback? How do you approach that?
I think you remember when I said poetry is a language? Yeah. Sometimes the best way they'll get is to speak that language. So I have seen poets write poems about the topic we're talking about poets not being authentic and poets trying to do things just to go viral. Yeah. And sometimes you'll hear a poem, and just like how you hear a sermon, you get convicted.
That's good.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like a pastor might see a whole bunch of stuff going on in the world, and he might not have time to go to every single person, but he can get up on that stage and say, hey, listen, we not doing this.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. That's good.
If
That's
he's
good.
a true pastor.
I got I love it. I love it. I love it. Where can they find you online?
Oh yeah. Instagram, Emory J96. I was born in 94, but it's a long story behind that. But Emory J96 on Instagram, Emory Marshall Jr. on Facebook, and Emory J94 on TikTok.
Got you.
Yeah.
I've been told, bro, stop being old and go get a TikTok. I don't know. I ain't there.
It's fun.
I keep hearing.
It's really fun.
I keep hearing it.
And making edits and stuff. I love that.
Well, I know. Listen, I got my edit game on. Like, listen,
I've seen it.
I'm good on that. I'm good on that. But listen, again, I am proud of what you've been doing. Proud of you.
Oh, thanks.
Thank you for your stance and the way that you've carried. Like, even through the process of grief, you've been open about it, and it's helping many that you may not even know yet. But the fact that you're sharing that and understanding how grief works is going to help somebody else when they see this. And when the doors open, let God continue to use you, because there may be a time where you may speak to someone in a season dealing specifically with grief. And as you go and you process, continue to share like you are.
Yeah.
As long as you continue to pour out, He'll continue to pour into you. And I'm excited for what's next for you.
Oh, yeah, that was
I'm excited for what He's going to do.
Yeah.
But listen, man, thank you for taking the time to sit down with me today.
Oh, thanks for having me.
You know, I'm excited. My bro is in the building. But again, you heard all the handles. Go lock in, subscribe, follow, all that stuff, anything that's coming. If Emory Marshall Jr. is coming to your region, cop a ticket and pull up. It's your main man, King Size, a.k.a. Slim Sizzle.